Hi there. This week I'm going to do black cruncher with slight tweak to it. Black cruncher is one of my favourite lock style nymphs. Throughout the summer months, early season as well. It'll even in fact catch probably every month we bought fish. Really good one to have in the box. Not too hard to tie. Millions of different variations on crunchers, just like dalbacks and buzzers, for example. This is one with a bit of orangey copper in the thorax as well. Really stands out well in low light, particularly. So yeah, I mean, if you don't like the look of this one, try an alternative. But black crunch is definitely something I'd recommend you tie up and have in your box. So to start with, got some black thread as usual. This is R70 again. See that there, black ultra thread, 7/0. Fully, use the thread that you're confident with more than anything else. I like this 7/0 slightly more than the 140 for flies like this. I don't want to create a big chunky bodied fly. I think these flies look a lot better with a slim profile to them, and that 7/0 thread really helps that. So we've got some dyed black pheasant tail, like so. I've just chopped off about a dozen fibres. I know people do like to tie with a lot less. Some people like to tie with a lot more. But trial and error and see how you come up with, and fish with a few different ones. See how you get on. So we've catched that in there with just a couple of turns, just to sort of secure it in place. I'm going to come straight back in with a gold wire and do exactly the same. I want to catch the wire in with an excess piece, probably about the same length as the just about see that there as the thread, as where I started to catch the thread on the shank. Take the thread beyond the pheasant tail, wrap down, touch and turns to where we've started the thread, and then we take the pheasant tail and wrap it quite openly towards the eye of the hook. And I'm just about happy with that length there, so I'm going to come in, take the pinch, take the pheasant, come in underneath of the thread to catch it in place. Don't worry about if one slips out. The idea of winding the pheasant tail in quite open turns is if one does escape like so, you've still got the covering of the other pheasant tails, so you're not left with a gap. A few turns just to secure it, come in and chop away the excess. At this point I'm just going to quickly put in my two whip finishers. Now all that's going to do is secure the thread, so when I come in with the rib, I'm not kicking the thread up and around and run the risk of unravelling the body. So I'm taking the gold wire up now in opposite turns to the way that I wound the black pheasant tail. The reason for that more than anything else is just to give security. It also helps it stand out a bit from the black pheasant tail as well. You can see there I've put quite a few turns on, but that gives me a nice segmented body effect. You can obviously do less turns if you feel like it. Break it off, which leaves yourself with a nice, hopefully flat, tapered body. Alright, now next to tie in is some holographic orange. This is sort of a medium gauge holographic. You can use gold, you can use red, blue, green. Holographic comes in every different colour. The possibilities of tying this fly are absolutely endless. I'd recommend you'd probably try a few different colours, go out fishing with them. You'll find that one is probably more successful than the others, and concentrate on a couple of patterns after a bit of experimentation. So, I'm going to catch the holographic in at my side of the fly first. Catch it in towards the eye and wind back on myself, make it nice and secure. and double it over. You can see there, catch it in, and then this time wind towards the eye. The reason we wound back on ourselves towards the tail when we catch it in this side is so the thread's in position to catch it in, wind it towards the eye, and that locks everything nice and tightly in place. So once I'm happy with the way things are looking, I'll proceed to the thorax, but before that I'm just going to use my nail just to push that holographic down a bit. Just not quite happy with the way that was sitting there, so rather than unpick the fly and start all again, just going to use the nail and making sure I don't proceed until I'm happy with the way that things are looking. Alright, the thorax is going to consist of Hends spectra dubbing. Seen us use this in the past. This is number 46, slightly different to the 45 in the fact it's not quite got that peacock effect. This has got a slight copper tinge to it as well when you see it in the light, and that's got to really nicely marry up with that sort of orangey copper holographic and the gold rib as well. So I don't need too much of this, just a sort of a slight pinch. I don't want a big thick thorax cover, just a couple of mil sort of wider than the body was. 3 or 4 turns does the job, just to give the impression of a thorax shape on this fly. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to bring the holographic, that loop over the eye like so, and that enables me to catch in both sides at once. It might take a bit of persuasion, this thinnish holographic doesn't always want to play ball. So I'm just going to have a quick check, make sure that's fine, yeah. Once I'm happy, just do a few turns back on yourself, and that helps secure the holographic in place. Snip and remove. Just a few turns to tidy that up there. Again, at this point, I'm going to come in and do a wood finish or two, just to secure the fly in place. So if the phone rings or nature calls, anything like that, you know you're not going to come back and the fly's unravelled itself. It's nice and secure. You can leave that now and be rest assured it's not going to unravel itself. To finish the fly, I'm going to put the hackle in, which consists of a black, quite a small black hen hackle. I like hen hackle rather than a cock hackle on something like this. It's nice and soft, gives a bit more movement in the water. Just fishes better, I think, and it's what I'm confident with, so it's what I sort of use. And a lot of the match guys use a hen on stuff like this as well. So as you can see there, I've catched that in at the tip of the feather rather than the base. Pull the fibres back like so, catch it in pretty near the tip, come in with the scissors, come with the axis, just neaten everything up, come in with the base, grab the base of the feather, sorry, and we don't need much, depending on the density of the feather, 1 or 2 turns will suffice. So on this occasion, I think I'm going to try my luck with 2. Come with the scissors, chop away that axis. Stroke them all back there. And then wind back on yourself towards the thorax and towards the body of the fly with the thread, just to help secure everything in place. Get the wood finish out. Finish the fly off. It's come away quite neatly. Now, just probably got slightly one too many fibres on there for my own liking. So I'm just going to come in with the scissors, just get rid of a few. you know, some of you guys may be happy with a fly with that much hackle on. Some guys might only want 3 or 4 fibres on as a hackle, but it's always good, I think, to put a bit too much on, and then you can always come in with the scissors and give it a bit of a haircut. So I think that's about okay for mine. I think I'm happy with that. So there you go. Get to the vise, tie a few of those up. Different variations, like I say, with the holographic cheeks and the thorax. Get one tied on, go fishing. Good luck, guys.